Security Breach has made a lot of interesting design choices when it came to the characters who work at the Megapizzaplex. Yet among them, one stands out as even more visually unique than others. And while his first appearance might give you feeling that he's a very happy kind of guy, this is just a facade that can be easily broken, revealing weariness, anxiety, and fear. This is the tale of Sun and Moon. Sun is a bright and goofy-looking animatronic who worked in the Megapizzaplex as a daycare attendant, and has a second personality in the face of Moon. The entire shtick is that Sun can exist only in the light, while Moon takes control when it becomes dark. This feature maybe sounds fitting for the daycare, but initially his role was supposed to be different.
The Sun robot was an old stage animatronic. Part of its theatrical shtick was to turn evil when the stage lights went off. When it was reprogrammed to be the daycare attendant, the performance functions were taken out, but the darkness triggered couldn't be removed. That, combined with the occasional blackouts in the daycare, created the moon side of the attendant, which results in several undesirable behaviors. Apparently, they had meetings about what to do, and they decided that fixing Sun was more trouble than it was worth. It's cheaper to just make sure the lights stay on.
His split persona was never fixed, but it seems that it wasn't such a big deal at the time. Sun was positive and energetic, playing with children in waking hours. And while Moon was a little bit creepy in the darkness, telling everyone that they are naughty and it's time to sleep.
It's past your bedtime. Bad children must be punished.
He wasn't causing enough damage. Also, in one of the notes from Cassie, she says that she never slept better than in daycare. While the concept of Sun and Moon was okay on the paper for Fazbear Entertainment, it doesn't mean that Sun was happy about any of this, since the transformation to his moon form is painful, and daycare had constant problems with lights going out. This might take effect later on his behavior. But it is time for the part where Pizzaplex opens the storyteller tree, which causes a lot of shifts in every animatronic in the building. Edwin, main consultant on the storyteller project, makes observations of different changes. And while Daycare Attendant is never mentioned, Edwin states he saw changes in everyone. So let's count this as a point of Glitchtrap's interference, where a new moon rises above Megapizzaplex, and it's even less friendly than before.
Customer complaint. My son never had sleeping problems, but after spending an evening in the daycare, he refuses to sleep with the lights out anymore. He just cries and cries, and then when I do let him keep the lights on, he wets the bed.
The effect Glitchtrap had on Moon was clear as day, but the same cannot be said about Sun. It seems that his split personality made him a hard target. Or maybe Glitchtrap was interested only in Moon, for reasons that will be touched later on. However, in Help Wanted 2, Sun can be a complete menace to the unknown technician, appearing at first very happy to go.
Guess what time it is? It's time to paint by numbers! You're just in time for arts and crafts. Now you just sit right there and don't move. I'll go fetch whatever materials you need, okay? Beautiful work. It really speaks to me, and most of it's compliments.
But later mercilessly humiliating him.
The whole thing is one happy little accident. You call that art?
One can also see that he is very strict with the rules, to the point that he tells to the unknown technician where he should stay, what he should work on and how, even though he is working on arts and craft, which usually requires at least some sort of freedom. At one point he can even threat with turning lights off for Moon to come out.
Do it again and you're taking a nap. Oh, you are banned from the daycare. Whew. So bad. Whew. I should turn off the lights myself.
But all these threats can be considered empty and just his way of letting off steam after a day of hard work. Because his positivity sometimes starts to sound false. Besides, he shows full awareness about what Moon has become and is very afraid of him.
Whatever you do, keep the lights on. On. Can't work in the dark. Don't work in the dark. Never work in the dark. You'll hurt your eyes if you work in the dark.
And the reasons for his fear will become very apparent in the events of Security Breach. Since Sun isn't a part of main glam rock group and barely leaves daycare, Gregory won't see him at the start of his Pizzaplex journey, until he slides into daycare's ball pool, searching for a way to Freddy. Sun will come out after from the balcony of his room.
Are we having a slumber party? Where are all your friends?
Unlike other animatronics, he's not trying to harm Gregory in any way, and even seems to be trying to protect him.
There is only one rule. Keep the lights on. On. On.
Just in his usual manner, with strict control of what Gregory can do, as he places him in a certain spot and doesn't allow to go anywhere else. And while it is clear now that Sun is not under Glitchtrap's influence, Gregory still needs to find Freddy. So he distracts Sun by creating a mess, which Sun can't abide with his cleaning obsession.
No! What a mess! Oh, it was the bottom. Where is the top? Clean up! New friend! This area is off limits! Don't you want a puppet show? I have glitter glue! You like glitter glue? Googly eyes?
While trying to catch Gregory, Sun sounds distressed, and the causes for this are just around the corner. The faulty lights of the daycare shut down because Gregory took the security badge. And one can now see how painfully goes transformation from Sun to Moon.
No! Why would you do that? Lights on! Lights on! I warned you! I warned you! Naughty boy. Naughty boy. It's past your bedtime. You must be punished.
Now Gregory needs to turn the lights on, while Moon crawls around trying to kill him. And even if Moon appears to be a different entity or different part of Sun, he's still obsessed with cleaning, which Gregory uses to his advantage. All 5 generators were nearby in the play structures, so there was no problem finding them.
Why are there generators in the play structures? I mean, it just seems like an odd place to put the generators, don't you think? Where all the kids are playing.
Shortly after the daycare was created, the designers realized the flaw. The lights kept shorting out. It wasn't dangerous or anything, not a fire hazard, just a darkness issue. The cheapest solution was to install backup generators. By then, all installations were in place, and the climbing structures were the only place to conceal the generators. After the lights were turned on and Gregory tries to leave, Sun, now returned from his moon form, is pissed off and kicks Gregory out of the daycare himself, while also raising the alarm, showing a little bit of pettiness.
Rule breaker! You are banned from the daycare!
Gregory hides inside Freddy, who informs him that Moon roams hallways every end of an hour. And from the sound of it, Freddy doesn't have anything good to say about Moon, going as far as calling him it.
Every hour the power is diverted to the recharge stations. When that happens, the lights go out. And when that happens, the daycare attendant is free to roam the building. It will find you.
Gregory can try to get back into daycare, but Sun will simply block the entrance.
Security alert! Security alert! Woo, 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 woo!
And while Sun won't appear anymore in that night, this doesn't mean that Moon won't be a problem. Every end of an hour he will go on a hunt, and present a threat Gregory needs to hide from. The danger posed by Moon becomes even clearer when our hero's going down to parts and service.
Oh no! What time is it? That Moon thing's gonna get me!
Quickly, get to the recharge station. Follow me.
While Gregory successfully hides inside the recharge station, Freddy gets knocked down by Moon and taken for a maintenance. To get Freddy out, Gregory needs a security badge, and makes his way through a very interesting place that raises a lot of questions and theories. At first it looks like the underground tunnels that were seen earlier, but then environment changes. There are many things related to Moon on the way. Plushes, screens, posters, and entire rooms that look like a part of the daycare. However, Moon himself does not appear.
A small notion must be made about the game cut content. Some believe that initially Moon was supposed to play a bigger role in the story, and under Glitched Up's control was helping Vanny kidnapping kids and holding them in here. After Moon knocks Freddy out, Gregory could have had some sort of boss battle in the center room with him, which could grant a power upgrade for Freddy. Whereas in the base game he gets this upgrade seemingly out of nowhere, without ever acknowledging it. But that's just a theory.
Moon will continue to appear at the end of each hour for the rest of the night. And even though he wasn't damaged, with the exception of having Glitched Up's code, ruin comes for everyone. So he was abandoned in what was left of the daycare. Between Security Breach and Ruin, a known Fazbear technician, who's assumed to be Cassie is dead, does some tasks for Ruined's son. But Happy Mask that he was usually putting on is now dropped. He hides in a corner that still has a little bit of light, tries to cast Technician away, and sounds absolutely broken and scared.
You shouldn't be here. Please, just leave me alone. I'm perfectly fine where I am. It's better this way. It's safer this way. Keep the generator on. Without it, I won't be able to help you. What are you doing? Don't let the light go out!
After doing some work, unable to help Sun, Technician leaves and now we descend into the ruin. Cassie enters the daycare for Monty Golf, and the sight she sees can be described as remains of a battlefield. Endoskeleton bodies lie everywhere. A lot of surfaces have nail marks. In some places it looks like they were trying to get into the play structures, or sometimes as if they were trying to get out. As Pizzaplex lost almost all of its light, Moon took over Sun completely and was in control for who knows how long. It's possible that this sight is the result of his night madness, as when Cassie encounters him, he is more aggressive than ever, but also became vulnerable to even weakest light sources.
Naughty. It's time for your job. No life.
One could think that Sun is no more, But while wearing her augmented reality mask, Cassie learns that Sun is now stuck in an endless digital dream.
Friend? No, friend! I am trapped in a nap! Reboot! Reboot! We need to be whole!
You want me to reboot you? With this?
Naughty! Lights on! Lights on! Turn generators on!
Since she has a very warm memories about daycare, Cassie doesn't hesitate to help Sun. While turning generators up, listening to Sun and Moon only strengthens her resolve, as they both seem to be in different variants of pain from the state they are stuck in.
Time. No crabs or treats to share. Time. The goofy eyes just still. Playful, it's crumbled dry. Still tempers. No laughs, no cries, just go away. Naughty, make it stop. It makes us hurt. Cry, get tears inside my head. We can't move.
Reboot does the trick, fusing Sun and Moon into a new entity, Eclipse. But every good thing can be countered with a bad one.
Happy birthday! Warning! Child in danger! Safety mode active. Little girl, you can't be in here. It's dangerous. I need to clean up before we can open in the morning. Oh, this place will be flooded with kids. Come back soon and have a Fazerific day. Thank you.
While Eclipse seems to have both Sun and Moon without any conflict, he's completely oblivious to the situation he's in, thinking that the place will soon open again, which most likely never gonna happen. Here we are leaving Sun and Moon, or at this point we are leaving Eclipse. Forced to do a job he wasn't built for, scared of himself after losing his other half to glitch trap, discarded to live in a digital hell, brainwashed in the end by Reboot into a blissful unawareness. Such is the end of this tale for now. What comes next for him remains to be seen. He still has chances, he still can get out. His sun may still rise above the horizon.
Welcome to the Superstar Daycare! What are you doing? Don't let the light go out! Reboot! We need to be whole! Please, just leave me alone.